Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I was distracted there. Welcome. This, of course, is my little studio, and I will be down there on the mat in a moment practicing with you. I've just got a few little live stream things to connect here and take over to my Apple TV, where it's just lost connection for a second. So here we go. Thank you. So this morning will just be a nice little tune up for the body and the breath, connecting and moving and synchronizing. So let's begin in a moment. Just checking all of the different programs, make sure everyone's got some green lights. People can hear me. I think that's working now. And yes, okay, go live. All right. There we go. Make your way onto your props. Maybe it's a pillow or a bolster or some blankets underneath your seat. Take a moment to settle in before we head into our practice. So if you need just to gather up your belongings, please do so. I'll give you a moment there just to get yourself ready before you arrive in your comfortable seat. And as you do that, just start to notice how the physical body has arrived this morning. So whether that be with a little bit of a flurry like me, and therefore just a little bit of escalation in the nervous system, or perhaps in your time zone, it's more of an evening practice, so you've already felt the fatigue of the day. Maybe you've just rolled out of bed and you feel super blissed and just ready to tune up the body and the breath, coordinate and synchronize. So if you haven't already, start to close down your eyes, place your hands on your thighs or your knees. Let the shoulders soften away from the ears. Let the spine feel nice and long. And just for a few moments, let's bring some awareness into the 3 lower chakras. Just feel into the pelvic floor and encourage the Mula Bandha to activate as you connect with Muladhara. And moving up further into our pelvic bowl and that watery realm of Svadhisthana. Just tune into those fluidity of that area. And then as you move a little higher into the solar plexus, the Manipura there, the little furnace. Perhaps you've just woken up, so the digestive system is empty and there isn't much fire there. But we know that fire is stoked by the breath, not just by the physical nature of food. Oxygen feeds a fire. Fire feeds transformation, and it shifts and moves away those elements that are keeping us back, stuck and sticky. So as you maintain this position of seated posture, just tune into the fabric of your skin, the contours of your muscles and the web of your nerves. As you dive into the subtle layers of your body, just recognize how you can smooth out the rigid areas by harmonizing with the areas of curvature and flow. Encouraging that harmony in the body, and in that process allowing the movement of the vital energy, our prana, all through your body unimpeded. So for this final few moments here, just smooth out those edges. Bring your hands into heart space at Namaskar Mudra and draw your chin towards your chest. Thank yourself for getting on the mat today. Give yourself a moment of gratitude and love, and well done. Rub the palms together nice and fast and begin to ignite the inner Agni, the fire. Feel the warmth of those palms starting to generate the heat the tapas of your practice. And then cover your eyes with the hands and absorb that nourishment of the warmth from those hands. And as you blink open your eyes and peel the hands away, arrive in your space and welcome yourself to your practice. Lower your left hand down onto your knee. Either take the hand over the knee or Gyan Mudra, index finger and thumb come to touch. Take your peace fingers of the right hand to your third eye. Alternate nostril breathing, skull shining breath known as Nadi Shodhana. Now I'd like you to block the right nostril with the thumb and inhale through the left. Block the left nostril, open the right, and with a pump at the navel center, exhale out the right nostril. Now reclose the right, open the left, and inhale. Reclose the left, open the right, and exhale with that pump. So there's the alternate nature of the breath, and we'll continue going inhale left, exhale right for a few rounds. And you'll start to move at the pace that serves you as you coordinate and synchronize. Last few here. Now open both nostrils and breathe normally. The idea here with the skull shining breath is it's awakening Ida and Pingala, the two best known of the nadis, flowing up the spine. And as they do, they make it all the way up into the skull and they shine those thoughts clear. So clarifying our mind. Let's shift it up now. So inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. Off you go. Open both nostrils, inhale deeply, and exhale fully. Lower your hands down onto your knees. Breath of fire now. So inhale through your nose, and exhale back through the nose with a pump at the navel center. So you're pumping the air out. The inhale will be passive. It'll happen on its own, but the exhale will be forceful, and you'll be stoking the fire of Manipura chakra, so round the solar plexus. Focus on the horizon, erect through the spine, grounded through Muladhara chakra. Pause for a moment and let the breath feel natural, and recognize how the energy of Kundalini and the Shakti power starts to awaken. The legs are beginning to get warm, the pelvic bowl is starting to activate, and she is beginning to rise. Take your hands behind your head, elbows are wide, head is lifted, neck is long. Twist to the right, inhale through your nose. Twist to the left, open your mouth with an O shape. Out the mouth. So inhale right, exhale left. twist to the left and pause. Now re-inhale through the left and exhale through the right. Come back through your center, take your hands down onto your knees, and just integrate the expression of Kundalini Yoga there, allowing the almost dizziness that occurs as that forceful exhale causes the expiration to be quite pronounced, and allow that to just settle into the nervous system. See if you can notice the quality of your thoughts here and the quality of your breath as you return back to center. And then as you shift forward onto your all fours position, remove your props out of the way. So slide your blanket and your pillow off to one side and arrive in your tabletop position, all fours. Cow the spine on an inhale, lift the chin, look up, open the throat, tilt the tailbone up, and then exhale, chin to chest, dome through the back, press away from the earth, ground your toenails. So inhale, look up, open the throat, and then exhale, chin to chest, dome the back, hydrate the tissues of your spine, tuck the chin in towards your chest. With your eyes open, stretch your eyeballs, look up, open the throat. Thank you for that, everybody on TikTok. You're my favorite community, the one that supports me. Chin to chest, dome the back, press away from the earth. As you hydrate the tissues along the spine, it's an inhale that encourages the length and the lift away from the earth. And then with the dome in the back and the tone of the abdominals, we chin to chest and press away like a cat. Moving forward now into your cow on an inhale. And dome through the back on an exhale into cat. Now turn this into sexy cat. Move around in a way that's feline-like. They are so clever at discovering positions that create comfort and pleasure, and you almost just want to, tickle them to death, right? Because they look so comfortable. So now explore in your own body in this somatic way, a really creative, playful movement. Get funky in the wrists and the elbows. Change the orientation of your hands. Move through the shoulders and the neck. And if you feel something sticky, something gripping, something resistant, why don't you linger there? Nice. A couple more moments, a couple more breaths. And then as you return back to normal orientation of the hands, fingers forward, thumbs in, blink open the eyes. As you look down at the fingertips, press away from the earth and activate through the shoulders. Widen across your collarbones. Lift your thumbs and then lift the palms and come forward onto 4 fingers of each hand, hinged at your first row of knuckles. Lift and lower the palms for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Palms down, thumbs down. Sway from side to side through your neck and your shoulders. Just let your body warm up, wake up, and allow the spine to feel really hydrated here, ready for your day. Momentarily tuck your toes and send your hips back towards your heels in a toe stand. Bring your blocks if you need a little bit of extra support. Peek over your shoulders and look at the toes. Often the second and pinky toe don't want to join in the party. So do so now as you warm up the soles of your feet. The more you have the earth away from you, so allowing some blocks or props under your hands, the less intense this is in your toes. A lot of people resist this pose because it is painful, it is difficult, but yoga shows up when you want to get out, and the benefits of this pose far outweigh the momentary discomfort. Holding here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Rock forward onto your hands and knees and then paddle the feet out behind you. So tops of the feet just gently press down onto your mat. Move those blocks out of the way as we warm up through our shoulders now with our thread the needle. Right hand up to the ceiling. Inhale, look up and reach up, and then dive it in and under to the left. Slide it under as you lower right ear, right shoulder down. Once you've found that position, slide the left arm forward to the front of your mat and allow yourself to peek under the left armpit. Spread the fingers of the right hand and ground the fingernails of the right hand. That's the one you swept through to the left. Now allow the head and the neck to just pause for a moment and rest in the discomfort here. We're weight bearing in an area of the body that we don't normally. And it is a compressive stretch that's just artificially blocking some flow of energy, because in a moment we will release that expression back up to the ceiling. So return the left hand back in front of your face. Press down on an inhale breath. Return the right hand up to the sky. Let the flow of energy come through the nadis. Rechannels of fresh energy. Return around in circles, that hand in the sky, and then lower it down onto the mat. Left hand, lift, reach, and rise. Inhale, breath. And dive in and under to the right. Left ear, left shoulder on the mat. Once you've settled, once you've found that compressive moment on the left side, slide the right arm forward to the front of your room and peek under the right armpit. Staying here for a breath or two. Sliding the right hand back in front of your face. On an inhale breath, we press down into right hand. Sweep left arm up to the ceiling. Look up and draw some circles with that left hand. Reverse the directions. Lower left hand down. Cow and cat the spine here. Just encourage some movement after that compressive moment. From here, it's puppy pose or melting heart, or praying mantis, depending on what you have. So as you can tuck your toes, option 1, slide the hands forward, keep the hips over the knees, and lower the chest, forehead down onto the mat towards the earth, and let that hammock-like expression come through your armpits. If you have blocks or props, you might like to place them on a diagonal out in front of you, placing your elbows at the very front of those blocks, creating a prayer position with the hands and lowering the head between the blocks. So either a praying mantis position here or a melting heart where you've slid your hands forward. But nonetheless, either way, the hips are still elevated and they're over the knees. The toes are tucked behind you, allowing you to shift weight forward into those areas that we're trying to activate here. So the shoulder girdle and the upper back, and even the connective tissue of the lats. So just staying here for a couple more moments, letting gravity do the work. So wherever you were at, whether you're on blocks or you've found your way into melting heart, remove obstacles out of the way and slither forward into a sphinx pose. Forearms on the mat, chest is proud, legs are wide, forearms down, fingers spread wide, elbows slightly forward of your shoulders. Active in the legs here. It normally will remove the pinchy sensation in your lower back if that's a sensation that causes concern for you. So I find that irritable, so I like to active in my legs, nice and toned around the thigh bones, and a draw in of the belly button. So a nice little warm up for your spine for your day. Stay here for a breath. Good job. Lower the chest down, lower your forearms down, and just take a reset here. Cross the forearms out in front of you and lower your forehead down. You might even like to bend your knees behind you and windscreen wiper the heels side to side. From this position, lift your head and chest, look forward, locust pose. Sweep your arms back, palms beside your thighs, chest elevated. You can lift the lower limbs and the legs if you wish, tone the abdominals in. You can lift the arms as well. You could even interlace the hands behind the back. Squeezing the shoulder blades, looking forward and drawing your belly button in as you find the back extension here, which is going to hydrate the tissues of your spine and allow for some deep release in those areas of your body. Warming up. Extension in the spine, so valuable. We do a lot of slouching forward in our day on our computers. So feel into this and then pause for a moment as you release. And once more, let's just take that into a nice little option here where we lower the forehead down onto the mat or your forearms and just take a breath or two. Now, you're very welcome to take any one of those other back bends there, or if you'd like to take something else with me, you can come into bow pose. So bend the knees, windscreen wiper the heels, otherwise go into your Sphinx pose, which was option 1, or into your locust pose. Reach the right hand back and catch the right foot on the outer edge. Reach the left hand back and catch the left foot. As you start to press the feet into the hands, notice how the chest lifts, the thighs lift, and you pause for a moment and soften the expression in your face. And just let the breath come and go. Two more breaths. Now, as you release, lower the hands down, shift back into an extended child's pose. So knees open wide, hips back towards the heels. On an inhale breath, lift the chest, look forward, open the heart forward. And then on your exhale breath, slide the hands forward and lower the forehead down. Yeah, really nice there. So lots of back bends. And one of those expressions I love is use it or lose it. A lot of people resist back bends. They're scared of them. Obviously, there's mobility issues and uncomfortableness for some people. But the less we do things, the less mobile we get. And we know as we age, mobility is very important. I'd rather be an elderly person that is still very mobile than not. I think most of us would. So that would be the encouragement, right? To age gracefully, to continue our yoga all the way through. Now, as you shift forward into tabletop position, let's do a little bit of core work now. So from our tabletop position, extend the right arm out in front of you and lengthen the left leg behind you. So it's expression here of balance, and you pause for a moment. And then exhale, elbow and knee tap under the body and round the back. And then lower the hand and the knee back down and sit back on your heels. So as you shift forward back to your tabletop position, alternate the arm and the leg. So left arm, right leg now, extend and lengthen, and then draw the knee and elbow to tap and lower the hands and the knees down, and then sit back on your heels. So shift forward, inhale, right arm, left leg, lengthen, exhale, tap and dome the back, lower hand and knee back down. Inhale, lift and lengthen the left arm, right leg. Exhale, tap under body. Good. Let's keep going through this. So sit back on heels, then lift up to tabletop. Right arm, left leg lengthens. Exhale, tap under body. And lower hand and knee back down. Lift and lengthen. Left arm, right leg. Tap and reach under the body. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Reach, tap, return. Let's do two more on each side. Lift, reach, tap, return. It's a Kundalini practice known as spinal balance. It's a coordinator of your breath. It's a toning of the abdominals, Manipura chakra. It's creating balance, strength. One more. Sit back on your heels for a moment, pause. And take a few breaths. And then as you come forward into your tabletop position, extend the right leg back behind you, lengthen, and then step the right foot forward to the front of your mat. Use your right hand to help bring it forward. And I've stepped my foot wide to the pinky finger side of my foot, of my hand, I beg your pardon, giving me more space for my low lunge here. Please feel free to grab some books or props. If you would like a little bit of elevation, you could have the blocks underneath your hands. As you pause now in this stable position, hold and breathe with a lovely proud chest, focusing on the horizon. It's the elevation here that I find as the crucial element for this practice, giving you that little bit of lift that allows for a shift across the front of that left hip, feeling all of that stretch there. Through the inner thigh as well, round near the groin. It's an area of vulnerability for a lot of us. It's that insertion point of the psoas muscle. You might even be feeling that through the pelvis. You might even feel a tug on the spine. And now take your props to the left hand on the props, and take your right hand onto your right thigh. Just avoid pressing into the knee. Why don't we just use the thigh and the chunkiness of the musculature there to roll the thigh out and away, and allow a little bit more of a drop of the pelvis forward, and just stay for 2. And for 1. Nice work. Come back to your center. Take your blocks, slide them forward, plant your hands, do your best to step the knee back, and take a little cow and cat through the spine as we move through the other side. And then we'll be heading out into our day as we've stretched through the spine and the hips. Is a beautiful start to your day. You're stepping your left foot forward. You're sliding your props, your books. They could be anything, whatever you can find in the house that's nice and stable, to elevate the chest and give you this beautiful range of length along the front of the right thigh now. And there's a moment of self-inquiry here, isn't there? Because for me, the stretch is totally different. And for me, that recognizes my imbalances. My body has a right side dominance, where I always favor the right side. I step forward with my right foot. I write on paper with my right foot. I'm right-handed. Or with my right foot, I'm right-handed. Anyway, another moment or two here. And then the right hand plants on the set of blocks, and you take your left hand onto your left thigh and you rotate around. And then as you come back through your center, take your blocks out of the way and shift the right knee forward and come down into your seat. Look for anything that you wish to have here for a moment to find some comfort. Maybe your blocks or your pillows, to find your seat. And as you place your hands on your knees, close down your eyes, and let's take ourselves back to half an hour ago when we began our short and sweet little class today. Recognize how the prana and the energy flows inside you now. We began by targeting our 3 lower chakras and welcoming in the shift of Kundalini energy upwards. We continued that journey through the spine with a series of backbends, and those backbends were about using it or losing it. We spend our days under the forces of gravity, slouching forward as we read our tablets, our phones all day, connected to these things all day. When we sit at a desk and we know our posture starts to round. So that lengthening in our extension is such a purposeful movement in the direction of more mobility, more health in the spine, more longevity. And that's what Kundalini Yoga is all about. It's movement in the direction of more. It's awakening to the concept that you want to live this life as best you can, to be full of abundance, full of inner wisdom, inner strength, inner fortitude. And you know where the biggest support mechanism for our whole skeletal system is? It's that beautiful long spine. It's like an elevator full of communication channels, pulsating with electricity, little offshoots, off ramps at each vertebral section where innervating nerves spread out and send the electricity through the body. And it's an incredible database of technology which tunes into the technology of the yoga system to allow us to move in the direction of more. So just stay here for a moment and recognize that which blocks you, which keeps you small, and just take a moment with a couple of exhale breaths to let those things go. Encourage your day to be full of abundance, full of self-care, full of self-love. As you drift your hands through to your heart space, draw your chin towards your chest and take a moment here to thank yourself for getting on the mat, to thank yourself for practicing and coordinating and synchronizing your body and your breath, and doing something excellent for yourself, and through which you can be the mechanism for change that you want to see in the world. As you begin to recognize the inner wisdom and the truth that resides within you, it allows you to move around the world with equanimity and equipoise in a way that will spur on encouragement for others on their path. Thumbs to the third eye, chin to chest. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Greet this beautiful day and the remainder of your day with the Hindi word namaste. Thanks everybody for your practice. Short and sweet today, but nice little tune up to get you started and heading out on for a wonderful, is it a Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday, yep. Have a great one. I'll see you again real soon. Remember, if you didn't catch the whole thing, you can watch it again on YouTube or Facebook. They're both available right now. It goes straight over there. But thank you to my TikTok community. You're always the community that rewards me and thanks me the most, which is always lovely. Very interesting that we want to ban it around the world because it seems to be the only platform that actually encourages you to grow and move in the direction of more. The rest seem to just want you to pay money to promote yourself. Thanks for that. That was my little morning dissertation. Have a great day and I'll see you again real soon. Bye for now.